Suleiman, and the task force for the 2023 Refarming exercise, members of the press, all protocols observed. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. Before we get our program started, let me invite Pastor Muntali, who is the station manager for Channel for All Nations, to come forward and open with a word of prayer before we proceed with the program. Thank you.
Let's bow our heads and pray. Our Father and our God, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we come before you this morning, indeed as a nation, and indeed as each one of us individually. In the midst, in the moment, as we are going through this heartbreaking moment, we commit our program for today, that we've been invited to indeed grace this occasion as we are receiving the reports regarding the achievements that have been made so far in regard to the refarming, which has now been completed. We pray that you be with us. May your Spirit guide us. May you lead us in every part of the program. We look forward to celebrating together with the Macra organization and officials for this auspicious occasion. To your name be the honor and all the glory, in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Muntali, for that word of prayer. And once again, it's good morning to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very, very exciting occasion as we celebrate the completion of a very, very important milestone of the FM spectrum refarming exercise that the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority has been conducting. And indeed, I think we should agree that radio stations play a very, very important role in disseminating information, in educating, and of course not only entertaining the masses in Malawi. And the couple of incidences that, of course, problems that were surrounding the broadcasting industry that Macra took a very, very keen interest in to make sure that it is resolved. And we have seen that it's indeed been a success. And it's an honor for me once again this morning to be your Director of Ceremonies. My name is Sam Kabambe, and I would like to, before we get into much of the program, invite the Macra Director General, Mr. Daud Suleimani, to give us a few welcoming remarks. Please, with a round of applause, welcome Mr. Suleimani as he comes forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. Honorable Minister of Information and Digitalization, Honorable Moses Kukuyu Kalunga Shawa, Director Stella Chuti representing the board chairperson for Macra, Director Mala Kawari, Chairperson of the Media Committee of Parliament, Honorable Susan Dossi MP, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good morning and welcome to Macra. Today we stand here to celebrate a milestone in a year-long project that Macra and radio broadcasters undertook in order to help alleviate a problem that we had faced. We had run out of spaces in our frequency allocation for radio stations, and that created a situation where we could not entertain new applications. Further to that, the allocation of the radio stations was not following a logical pattern. Macra engaged radio stations in December 2022 and committed that in 12 months we are going to have a new FM frequency table allocated. We must report, Honorable Minister, that our our work with the task force, which comprised engineers from private radio stations, as well as engineers from MPC and engineers from MACRA, worked tirelessly and in very cordial circumstances, such that within 12 months, Honorable Minister, we were able to come up with a new frequency allocation. The new frequency allocation has now freed up some spaces, which is now giving us the opportunity that we can now license up to 70 new radio stations. That does not only create new employment, it also means that there are now new economic players that are going to enter into the industry, but most importantly is that Malawians now will have a wider choice from where they can source and use items from. Radio remains a very important communication tool in this country, and therefore matters of radio broadcasting are matters that are reaching the core of people. The new frequency allocation table has separated the players into three major categories. The first category is a community radio broadcaster. This time around, a community radio broadcaster will be restricted to a geographical area. In the past, we had a different licensing regiment, which combined a national allocation to a community radio. A community would be deemed such as a faith-based community, but we have realigned that with a new category. So if you are a community broadcaster, you'll be restricted to broadcast within a certain radius. The second category that we have come up with is the regional broadcaster. A regional broadcaster will be a broadcaster that can broadcast within one region. They will not be allowed to go into another region. And then finally, the third category that we have come up with is the national broadcaster. For you to become a national broadcaster, it means that your signal will be heard across Malawi. And for you to qualify as a national broadcaster, we have set a minimum number of transmitters that the authority will be expecting for all licensees that are holding national broadcasting licenses to fulfill. You cannot have 3 transmitters and call yourself a national broadcaster. We have a minimum number of transmitters, and this minimum number of transmitters is giving us an assurance that you can reach at least 80% of this country. That does not only separate boys from pretenders in the market, but it also helps us to shape and define our broadcasting market so that it becomes profitable, and it also adds value to advertisers. With these few remarks, allow me to finally pass my congratulations and heartfelt gratitude to the task force for a job well done, and also to members of staff at MACRA for having supported the task force during the 12 months period that they were busy trying to come up with this new frequency allocation. I thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Malawi. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Daud Suleiman, the Director General of Malawi of MACRA, and would like our guest of honor, Honorable Minister, shortly to invite you to make symbolic presentations of the new frequencies to radio stations. But before you do that, Honorable Minister, I'd like to invite Mr. Steve Perete, who is the head of IT of MACRA, who will take us through a short presentation. So, Mr. Perete, please come forward. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you.
I'm here on behalf of Mr. Perete. My name is Joseph Kadzokoya. All protocol observed. Good morning. All right. I'm delighted this morning to share with you the progress that broadcasting has made so far towards digitization. Over the past month, broadcasting was busy. It all started when the Director General of MAGRA saw a crucial importance of all radio stations to have websites and domains, and also organization emails. So we took this initiative to develop websites, and also we purchased the domains for all these radio stations. So the development phase is over. We have hosted some of these radio stations, including the station that was used as a pilot. The same month, we visited all the community radio stations, installing live broadcasting softwares. For this, can you please beam? Okay, so this is the website that we developed for the community radio stations, and it will be used for all the community radio stations. It will have a section where they will be sharing the news, international and the local news. And when you go down, the listeners will be able to follow up the programs that their favorite radio stations are airing, and it also have the full program document that has been attached down. And we have included that section where they will be sharing ads, and this will be used as income generating. And on this section is where they will be able to broadcast their programs live, and the listeners will be able to follow up the programs through this section, and also upload their podcast or other programs, special programs, down this section. So we have passed, as I've already said, we have passed the development stage. We are now hosting these websites. By the end of this month, we should be able to put all the community radio stations online. Including that, we toured all the community radio stations, installing live broadcasting software, OBS, to make sure that the community radio stations are broadcasting live on Facebook. This is to engage their reach, as we know that community radio is only reach within the area, and this will also is also acting as a benefit on accessibility. As we know that we are living in an era where people will spend much time on Facebook or social medias, it means we are taking radios to where our listeners spend much time to. So this is an initiative of broadcasting on Facebook is also improved. It was also improved itself as income generating, as it will be, as these radio stations will be using ads to broadcast when they're broadcasting on live streaming. Can you beam the other website? So Munifund developed an application which is consolidating all the radio stations for easy allocating for listeners to easily access their favorite radio stations. So let's just wait for the application while they're doing. So having the application that they're about to beam is helping. This platform will carry all the radio stations for easy allocating, like for listeners to easily allocate their favorite radio stations, just to simplify the work of going to social medias and search for the radio station. So we have come up with the app which will carry all the radio stations at one page so that they can easily allocate their radio station. And we are hoping to also come up with a system which Makla will use to when monitoring these radio stations. Okay, so this is the application. We'll go down, listen to radio. Yes, click Kasungu, which is down there. Go down. Yeah, Kasungu radio station. So this is how. Okay, go back. Pin? What is that? Okay, you can click on Chanko Radio. Yes, click Chanko Radio. So when they click their favorite radio station, it will take them to their page. Click where it says live on the profile picture. So, for example, this is Kasungu radio station broadcasting live, and they are using ads to promote their radio station. It means these organizations have paid the radio station to be showing this type of ads on their Facebook page while they are broadcasting live, and their listeners are listening live as well. So this is an initiative that broadcasting was doing the past month. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much for that presentation. It's encouraging indeed to see the value that is being added for broadcasters, and of course, I'm sure listeners will be very happy to have all these new innovations that have been implemented as part of this refarming exercise. Allow me, guest of honor, to invite Mr. Derek Kondwani, Macro Spectrum Planning Manager, who's also just going to give us another short presentation before we get into the symbolic presentations of the new frequencies to radio stations. Let's welcome Mr. Kondwani as he comes forward. Thank you. A round of applause for him. Thank you.
Honorable Minister for Information, Honorable Moses Kunkuyu, the DG, Mr. Daud Suleiman, and the whole management here, the representative of Makra Board, and all board members. I will take you through a brief overview presentation on the FM refarming project, what has been done so far in terms of the process. So, as an introduction, I think the DG indicated that this task has been done, the broadcasters themselves, but also Makra as part of the team. So, the main aim of the project was to enhance the efficiency in the spectrum band. And in terms of the approach, when the task force started this project, they did a comprehensive analysis on the network plan that was used before, and came up with the proposed new approach. The DG also indicated that the band was congested, and to the point that in June 2022, MACRA decided just to stop issuing the licenses. So the moratorium on issuing of broadcasting licenses and also spectrum licenses was issued to make sure that as the task team is working on this project, we should make sure that we don't have any new players coming in the band, to make sure that the comprehensive is done, the analysis is done comprehensive enough. So the FM transmission can be done in two different ways. The band is from 87.5 up to 108. The previous plan that we are using, we are using the option of separation of 400 kilohertz from adjacent channels in an area. So when the team met, the task force decided to change this 400 kilohertz separation to now use 200 kilohertz separation. This gives the opportunity to have more channels in the band. The DG also mentioned that there is a minimum set of number of transmitters to be used for national broadcasters. So on this slide, you can see part of the work that the task force did. To the left side, with 20 transmitters, we will be able, we're able to cover almost 90% of the country in terms of the geographic area. For only 4 transmitters, we're able to cover at least 30% of the country. And that's an overview on how the transmitters are covering the band in the new plan. For the regional part, this is the overview for this map. This is the central part of Malawi and part of East. You can see that where we have yellow and the green part, that's where we have the best coverage. And the blue, you can see that it's covering almost all parts of the country. In the previous network, some of those areas were not covered, but now in this new plan, we are able to cover most parts of the country. So this is the similar map for the northern region. On the left, you can see how the signal is being distributed, and on the right, that's the current coverage for the southern region. So after doing this project, what are the main advantages that we think, that we believe that we have achieved? The first is the enhanced corridor of service for the listeners. We believe that the current network, we are providing good corridor signals. Another big win for this project is the use of same frequencies countrywide. You'll see later on in the program when the minister will be unveiling the frequencies, that for national broadcasters, now you can only get your favorite station using 2 channels. Previously, let's say for Zodiac, maybe they had maybe 20 or 18 channels. So if your favorite station is Zodiac, you have to memorize all the channels. But now, under this new plan, you only have to memorize 2 channels. With 2 channels, you'll be able to capture your station everywhere in Malawi. And another big win is the expanded coverage, as we have seen in the coverage maps from the areas that we are covering. The DG also mentioned that the band we have now categorized in 3 license categories: the national, regional, and the community. So under this new plan, that's how the channels are being distributed in these 3 categories. For all the national broadcasters, they are now operating within specified band from 87.6 up to 103 megahertz. So you will know that if you want to get a national broadcaster, this is the category. And for the regional broadcasters, they are starting from 104 to 104.4. And for community broadcasters have been assigned the 2 channels which they are using. So if you like listening to community radios, it doesn't matter where you are in Malawi. You can get them at 107.6 and 107.8. Unlike in the previous band where community radios were using different frequencies. And also take note that we also have reserved some channels for new entrants. We are calling that staging or rollout frequency portion. If we have a new application, let's say for a national broadcaster, before we approve that, we'll be able to give a broadcaster maybe 3 months or 6 months to operate, as we are monitoring if indeed they can be given the national broadcasting license. So that staging observation phase, the transmitters will be operating from 103.2 to 103.8 megahertz portion of the band. When doing this project, the task force thought it is very important that all stakeholders should be engaged. So the task force engaged that list of stakeholders. You can see the ministry, the parliament was engaged, the listeners themselves, the civil society, even operators for facilities. Because for successful implementation of this project, it was important that the companies that owns towers in Malawi, they should understand and they should embrace this project. Infrastructure is very key for this project. Makra decided that where we don't have enough infrastructure to be able to implement this project, we should construct towers specifically for broadcasting. I think most of broadcasters have been complaining that the consulting charges are very expensive if they go to the big companies. So Makra board and management decided that let's come up with towers specific for this project to make sure that we are able to implement it without any challenges. So you can see on this slide, that tower that is there is one of the towers that have been constructed. That's Nzimba at Wanjati transmission site, specific for broadcasting industry. In conclusion, we believe that this new band is a significant step towards improving the FM broadcasting sector in Malawi. And as Makra, we are urging all stakeholders to adhere to the assigned parameters in this band, because when assigning the frequency, it comes with other conditions and other parameters like the power, the location. As broadcasters, let's make sure that we are operating within the assigned parameters. The potential benefit of this replanning is improved the quality of service, improve the efficiency, but also it will enhance the access of information. And lastly, the future of broadcasting, sound broadcasting in Malawi hinges on this new plan. It is a game changer. It's a very big step in the FM broadcasting industry. This is a pivotal moment that demands our collective action and commitment from the regulator, from the broadcasters, that we have to embrace this and we have to sustain this new FM network. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you once again to Mr. Derek Kundwani, the Macro Spectrum Planning Manager, for that very comprehensive presentation. Guest of honor, Honorable Minister, I would like to invite you now to come forward to help us with the symbolic presentation of the new frequencies to radio stations. Let me also invite the person representing the Macro Board Chairperson, please come forward to help with the exercise, Mrs. Stella Chuti. And so let me invite the first radio station, MBC1. Can we ask your representative to come forward? MBC1, a representative from MBC1, please could you come to the stage? I believe with this new exercise, MBC1 on 87.6 and 87.8, and so we will have on the frequency board here, the frequency will be placed. You will place the FM dial radar on the particular frequency to symbolize the new channels. And that is for MBC1 indeed. The Director General himself of MBC, representing MBC1, thank you very much. We also, yes, thank you very much. The MBC2, perhaps, DG, maybe you are also representing MBC2. Oh, so before you sit, please let me invite you for MBC2, 88.0 and 88.2, the new frequencies. Let's also have the placement of the FM dial representing MBC2's new frequency. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me invite Zodiac Radio forward. Can we have a representative of Zodiac to come forward? Zodiac beaming on 88.4 and of course 88.6. So I'm sure he will be able to do the placement of the FM dial for Zodiac. Let's give them a hand. Let's give them a hand. Zodiac. All right. Let me invite Times Radio, representative from Times Radio, to come forward. Thank you. We have Times Radio coming. Times are now on 88.8 and of course 89.0. Please step forward. Representing Times 88.8 or 89.0. Thank you very much. Would like to invite Kasupe to come forward. Kasupe, if we have a representative, we'll be asking the representatives to come as quickly as possible. If we don't, do we have Kasupe present? If not, let me invite Team Veni Radio to come forward. Team Veni Radio, please come forward with. All right, as Team Veni is coming forward, let me ask Mobi School to also be ready to come forward. Transworld Radio. Team Veni is on 89.6 and 89.8. All right, congratulations, thank you to Team Veni. We have Radio Islam. If you have a representative of Radio Islam, please come forward. Radio Maria. We haven't seen representation from from Mobi School, Transworld. I believe this is Radio Islam, right? Transworld Radio, thank you. Transworld 90.4 and 90.6 on the FM dial. Let's give it up for them. Thank you very much. Do we have Radio Islam, Radio Maria, BBC? We also have Education Broadcasting Station. This should be Radio Maria. Thank you. Radio Maria on 91.2 and 91.4. Congratulations to Radio Maria. Midge FM, police, are you here? I'm seeing Midge. Oh, this was Mage. Radio Maria, okay. Mage is coming forward, thank you. And then we have police as well. Thank you. Midge is on 92.8 and 93.0. Sorry? EP. EB. Education, all right. 92.0 and 92.2. Congratulations to EBS. I'm seeing BBC on our list. It will be interesting to see if we have a representative from London. Anyone? This is police, and they are on 92.4 and 92.6. CCAP, Blantyre Synod, African Bible College, if we have representation. Please come forward. Is this ABC? All right. African Bible College on 93.6 and 93.8. All right. Congratulations. Indeed. Zati FM, Pentecostal Life FM. Do we have representatives from Zati or Pentecostal Life? Blantyre Synod is on 93.2 and 93.4. All right, we have Pentecostal Life. Do we have anyone from Pentecostal Life? Voice of Livingstonia, Jesus 24/7, SDA Hope Radio. Okay. Please confirm which station it is. Voice of Livingstonia 94.8 and 95.0. Congratulations to Voice of Livingstonia. Do we have Jesus 24 SDA Hope Radio, Living Waters Church? Any representatives? Capital Radio, Capital FM Malawi. Do we have a representative present? Do we have Channel for All Nations? We had Pastor Mutali. Yes, please come forward, sir. Channel for All Nations on 96.8 and 97.0. Capital Radio, okay. We'll start with Capital FM. Capital FM is on 96.4 and 96.6. Congratulations to Capital FM. Indeed, and we have Channel for All Nations on 96.8 and 97.0. All right, we also have Angaliba Radio, Sky Radio. Any representatives? Please come quickly. Parliament Radio, if you're present, please be on standby. Please confirm your station. All right, Sky Radio on 97.6 and 97.8. Congratulations, thank you. Parliament Radio, Mlimi Radio, that's Farm Radio. If we have a representative, please come forward. And let me ask Mibawa to get ready as well. This Mlimi Radio, so they are on 98.4 and 98.6. Congratulations indeed. Mibawa Radio, Linga FM. Do we have Luana FM? Do we have Kokoliko FM? Linga. So Linga is on 99.2 and 99.4. Told Kokoliko is Groove FM and not Kokoliko. So Groove FM is the name of the station. Congratulations. That's the dial is 100.2 and 100.4. Do we have Jojo FM? Congratulations to Groove FM. Do we have Jojo FM? Do we also have Yoneko? If you have a representative, please be on standby. Jojo FM on 100.6 and 100.8. Yoneko is on 101.0 and 100.8. 100.8. Yes. Yoneko is on 101.0 and of course 100.8 on the FM dial. All right, honorable guest of honor, honorable minister, I think we have gone through all our radio stations. Thank you once again. And Mrs. Stella Chuti, thank you so much. Allow us at this point to also move to another activity, guest of honor, which is very fundamental. Very shortly we'll witness the Universal Service Fund USF Grant Awards and the USF initiatives in broadcasting. I think will be something that we'll be all interested to hear what it's all about. Let me invite Mr. Ronald Tembo, the head of the USF, to come forward for a brief presentation on this before we invite and announce the awardees for this particular grants section. Thank you very much, Mr. Tembo. If you're here, let's welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you.
The Minister of Information and Digitalization, Honorable Moses Kalongashawa Kunkuyu, Makra Director Stella Chuti, Makra Director Mala Kawale, the Chair of the Media Committee of Parliament, Honorable Susan Dosi MP, the Director General of the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, Mr. Daud Suleiman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. With your indulgence, Honorable Minister, my humble duty this morning is to introduce the Local Content Development Grants Awards. But before I do that, with your humble permission, allow me to just give a brief about the Universal Service Fund. The Universal Service Fund was established under the Communications Act of 2016 with a mandate to close gaps in the communications sector. We achieved this by having various programs and projects in the various subsectors of the communications sector. In the telecommunications sector, we have various projects such as the Connect to School project, which is aimed at building ICT labs in the various parts of the country, particularly rural areas that are unserved or underserved from a communications perspective. Through this project, we aim to increase internet penetration and enhance e-learning for students and general digitalization of the communities across the country. In addition to that, we're facilitating the establishment of the year-to-year data network across the country, which in itself is also an empowerment scheme where we're capacitating women who have formed cooperatives to offer internet broadband services in the remote areas. In the postal sector, we've capacitated the Malawi Postal Corporation to enhance their ability to deliver mail at the last point in the most remotest of sectors. We're currently working on another project to do the same for the courier sector. As you know, Malawi, most of the courier companies operate within the major cities of Blantyre and Lilongwe. If you were to send a package today to Maraga in Nsanje, there's a good chance the courier company will tell you they don't reach that far. We're therefore building capacity to ensure that every package that is delivered at a courier company is not returned. And that package will be taken to us for the last point of that courier company, which will then be handed to what we're calling courier managers to take it to the last mile. In the broadcasting sector, which we're all gathered here for, we've got various projects as well to close gaps in there. We are capacitating community radios with capacity to host live events. And that project is currently on the way. We hope to conclude it within a month. We have a sign language development program. In Malawi, as you may know, only about 3 TV stations have sign language interpreters. And even in that case, they only have selected programs. It is our aim to ensure that almost all TV stations have sign language interpreters for as many programs as possible. And now back to the local content development grants. We can do everything. We can lower the price of data. We can ensure there is connectivity in the rural areas. We can enhance digital literacy programs. But if the content on the internet is not relevant for the Malawian, there's a good chance they will not embrace it, and usage will remain low. And therefore, to address that, we've introduced these grants to encourage local content developers who themselves have various challenges to ensure that they produce content that is relevant for the Malawian economy and the Malawian market. And that is why today, Honorable Minister, I'm very proud to stand here to ask you to come on stage to hand over these grants to the various beneficiaries. May I have the team bring the symbolic cards? Honorable Minister, Director General, please. Director Chuti, please.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tembo. I'm going to invite the people who are receiving the grants one by one. First off is none other than Jack McBrams. Jack is an accomplished Malawian journalist with a career spanning over 2 decades, characterized by an unwavering commitment to investigative reporting and a relentless pursuit of truth. Over the years, he has emerged as a prominent voice in the realm of journalism, leaving an indelible mark on the media landscape in Malawi and beyond. His life's work stands as a testament to the power of journalism to hold the powerful accountable, to give the voice to the voiceless, and inspire positive change. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jack McBrams as he receives his grant award. I think he is represented by a colleague, Tammy Bendera. Thank you. The value people might want to know is 11,470,000 kwacha. Let's give it up for Jack McBrams. Thank you. Let me invite the second person to come up and receive the award. And this is none other than Prudence Kasinja. And ladies and gentlemen, Prudence is a chartered accountant, entrepreneur, and is currently the managing director of optical photography. She has a passion for financial literacy, personal finance, and small business management. She started her YouTube channel, Money Talk with Pru, with one goal, which is to help her fellow Malawian youths get understanding on personal finance, the most needed topic that people use in their daily activities, but is traditionally not taught in schools. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Prudence Kasinja, who gets a grant of 5,440,000 Malawi kwacha this morning. Thank you. All right, let me invite the next person. That's Crispin Karunga. Crispin Karunga, please come forward. I'm getting to his brief shortly, but Crispin Kalonga is a dynamic and driven individual currently navigating the exciting realm of cinematography and business. His journey is marked by an unwavering commitment to excellence, a passion for creativity, and a keen ability to adapt and learn swiftly. He is getting a grant award for 4,830,000 Malawi kwacha this morning. Once again, let's give it up for Crispin Kalonga. Congratulations to you. I think they're a team, apparently. I think they're a team, so thank you. Let me invite the next awardee, and this is Dennis Imani. Guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Iman is a creative and innovative art facilitator and cultural producer who is deeply committed to driving positive social change through impactful content creation. His career journey is characterized by a rich tapestry of experiences, including podcast hosting, project management with the British Council in Malawi and Southern Region Arts, along with roles in public relations, talent management, and creative facilitation. He walks away with a grant of 6,770,000 Malawi kwacha. Congratulations. Congratulations. And certainly last but not least is Gilbert Moyo. Gilbert Moyo is a writer and producer who currently works as center coordinator at Malawi Institute of Journalism in Lilongwe. His writing has great impact in Malawi and has been part of big productions such as Fatani, Apongozi, and DSTV's Kulemela series. He is the man behind the scripts of these famous films that we have all enjoyed as Malawians. So today he walks away with a grant of 6,270,000 Malawi kwacha. Once again, give it up for Gilbert Moyo, and congratulations, sir. Thank you, guest of honor. Thank you, board directors, for the presentations. All right. Indeed, congratulations to the recipients of these grants. I'm sure this is testament to your hard work, and of course, I believe the initiative by MACRA will equip you to achieve even more. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we should have remarks from a representative of the MACRA board chair. And so let me invite you, Mrs. Stella Chuti, to come forward and give these remarks. Let's welcome her with a round of applause as she comes forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of Information and Digitalization, Honorable Moses Kunkuyu Kalonga Shawa, the Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Media, Information and Communications, Honorable Susan Dawson, MACRA Board Directors present here, MACRA Director General, Mr. Daud Suleiman, representative of the Church and Society of the CCP Livingstonia Synod, and all representatives of various civil society organizations present here, representative of the Media Council of Malawi, the chairperson of the Refarming Committee, Mr. Haswell Solomon, and all members of the Refarming Task Force present here, representatives of the various civil society organizations, management and staff of MACRA, all broadcasters present and other stakeholders, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I feel greatly honored to speak before all of you this morning as we celebrate successful implementation of the new FM network in the country. My humble duty is to invite the guest of honor to speak. But before I do so, let me give you a brief background of the refarming project which the authority conducted. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, over the years, MACRA faced a very big challenge concerning the FM band, which starts from 87.5 megahertz to 108 megahertz, as it was congested due to many factors, such as high demand of the frequencies, hoarding of frequencies, and improper use of the frequencies assigned to broadcasters. The challenge became worse as MACRA could not license new entrants, and as a temporary measure, the board imposed a moratorium on broadcasting licensing. The authority stopped issuing broadcasting licenses for close to 2 years to reorganize the FM band. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, the reorganization in technical terms is referred to as refarming. The refarming project was aimed at creating free channels in the FM band to accommodate more sound broadcasting licensees. MACRA took the initiative to establish a technical team comprising engineers from MACRA and the broadcasters to replan the FM band across the country. The technical team successfully completed the design phase for the new FM network plan, aimed to promote high-quality service delivery among broadcasters and foster a more dynamic and competitive broadcasting industry. This project involved a comprehensive analysis of the past FM channel assignments, a redesign of the FM frequency network, and a review of the frequency coordination requirements with neighboring countries. The team also benchmarked with best practices outside Malawi, such as Kenya and Tanzania. The technical team consulted widely with other stakeholders, such as parliamentarians, civil society, government officials, the media, and academia, just to mention a few. Honorable Minister, I am pleased to announce today that the refarming exercise has been completed and it has been a success, as the FM band has been reorganized, and soon MACRA will commence licensing of broadcasting services. We will soon announce the lifting of the moratorium. To ensure that the refarming is technically seamless, MACRA will commission new broadcasting transmission towers at Ruwanjati in Manzimba, Lukungwati in Zomba, Nambande in Mangochi, and Chakungwa in Doa. We hope that these new towers will assist to boost the broadcasting coverage and cover some blind spots which prevailed during the previous band plan. As part of the refarming process, and in our quest to provide quality broadcasting services, MACRA will also install FM transmitter combiners that will increase the efficient use of the broadcasting spectrum. Finally, let me thank all broadcasters for their patience as the refarming process was underway. I would also like to thank all the stakeholders that were consulted for their invaluable contribution towards this exercise. MACRA assures you of its commitment in ensuring that the broadcasting industry in Malawi is developed. It is now my pleasure to call the guest of honor, Honorable Moses Kunkuyu Kalonga Shawa, to come to the podium and make his speech. I thank you for your attention.
Ms. Stella Chipti, representing the board chairperson of MACRA, the chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Media, Information and Communications, Honorable Susan Dorsey, MP, Director Mara Kawale, and all directors of MACRA present here this morning, the Director General of MACRA, Mr. Daud Suleiman, representative of the Church and Society of the CCFP Livingstonia Synod, and all representatives of various civil society organizations present here this morning, representative of the Media Council of Malawi, the chairperson of the Refarming Committee, Mr. Haswell Solomon, and all members of the Refarming Task Force, representatives of various civil society organizations, management and staff of MACRA, all broadcasters present here, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to stand before you this morning as we celebrate this milestone for our country's communication sector. That's the completion of the FM band refarming exercise. My ministry and the government fully recognizes the seriousness that the President, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, does attach to the broadcasting industry as it continues to be a voice of reason in a society that is riddled with misinformation, disinformation, and the spread of fake news. The President and his government, through the ministry, are fully aware that radio remains the most popular source of information all over the world, despite the proliferation of other forms of communication like social media. Government also recognizes that the broadcasting industry is important for the development of this country because of the role it plays in informing, educating, and entertaining citizens. Furthermore, my ministry and the government is cognizant of the fact and ability by the radio and television to reach people irrespective of their literacy levels, giving it an added advantage over other forms of media and making it the #1 form of communication in Malawi. We are fully aware that radio serves as a grassroots catalyst for connectedness within underserved groupings, including religious, minority, and poverty-stricken populations, and as a platform where public opinion is expressed through the auspices of free speech in the public space. Fully cognizant of the role radio plays in this country and observing the steady demand over the years for Malawians to open radio stations across the country, government through the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, MACRA, gives priority to the improvement and development of broadcasting, and in this in particular for the radios. This steady increase of radio over the years has resulted in the radio band being full and congested to the point that we could no longer issue any broadcasting licenses as the radio frequencies got depleted. MACRA issued a moratorium temporarily stopping the issuing of licenses in order to rectify the frequency congestion which was happening in the FM band. The only solution to decongest the frequencies was to refarm or reorganize the frequencies to free up space for the new entrants. MACRA, with the blessings from my ministry, embarked on the frequency modulation, that's FM band refarming exercise in December 2022, after noting that there was congestion in the band which barred new entrants, as I did say, to get new licenses. The aim of the refarming was to rearrange the band and allow maximum optimization by having the adjacent channel separation of 200 kilohertz rather than the original 400 kilohertz. This would allow more frequencies to be freed, which would be allocated to new entrants in the broadcasting industry. The refarming exercise has also allowed national broadcasters to have two frequencies nationally, which has eased audience access for broadcasters. This process was led by a task force comprising of the broadcasters themselves. The Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority was there as their secretariat. Wide stakeholder consultations were conducted before the implementation of the new frequencies. From 1st of January 2024, broadcasters started broadcasting on their new frequencies. This exercise has brought about more benefits in the broadcasting industry, as broadcasters are now broadcasting on at least two frequencies across the country, unlike in the past where they were broadcasting on so many frequencies, as it was confusing to their listeners, as they were required to change frequencies whenever they were traveling across the country. This refarming has resolved the challenge of FM band congestion, which resulted in MACRA issuing a moratorium on broadcasting licenses, and soon the regulator will resume issuing licenses, as the DG did allude to. Ladies and gentlemen, we have therefore gathered here this morning to celebrate the successful implementation of this new FM network. I wish to congratulate Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority and the broadcasters for this milestone. As government, we will ensure that the media industry is given all the support it requires to flourish in the country. And currently, government is in the final phases of implementation of the digital broadcasting policy, which will ensure creation of a conducive environment for the development of the broadcasting industry in Malawi. Allow me also to congratulate those that have been awarded this morning with hefty checks. I saw some of them are very good friends of mine, and I was whispering to them to say, don't forget your pastor, the tithe from this. Your pastor is standing right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you success, and I thank you all for your attention. God bless you. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, apologies, there was a mix-up on the program, so there's one bit that was not concluded. Yes. Under a separate program, but in the same line of extending local content development support, we have 3 groups from Nkata Bay. These groups perform various arts in the Nkata Bay area, and they are from the remote area. And in line with our mandate, it was felt that they also need to be supported, but under a separate program. May I now call upon the first group to come and receive their support. Sanga Chikimika. Is Sanga Chikimika? Chilimika? Sanga Chilimika. Any representative from Sanga Chilimika? Thank you very much. The next group is Mveruso Drama Group. A representative from the Russo Drama Group, please come and receive your support from the Honorable Minister. Thank you very much, Mveruso. And last but not least, may I call upon a representative from Atonga Honala. Atonga Honala. Oh. Each of these groups are actually receiving 2 million kwacha support from MACRA. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. We appreciate.
Thank you once again. Thank you once again to you, Mr. Tembo, indeed our guest of honor, Honorable Minister as well, for facilitating and handing over these grants to the awardees this morning. Honorable Minister, at this point, allow us to invite you to a group photograph that we would love have to be taken. So I'll invite the Director General and members of the board to join the Honorable Minister in a group photo. And of course, we will have media interviews immediately after. I know members of the press would like to have a moment to have media interviews, perhaps with the Honorable Minister and of course Mr. Daud Suleiman, the Director General. So let me ask the protocol team to please guide our distinguished guest of honor, and we'll have a group photo taken just outside the building. But once again, thank you for your time, guest of honor, and I think let me implore the audience to especially give a round of applause to all the awardees this morning. Congratulations once again, and we wish you all the best as you continue the great work that you've done, including a big and special congratulations to MACRA as well, who have done a tremendous job, as we have heard, through the refarming exercise of the broadcasting frequencies in Malawi. Thank you for your time and attention, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Media, we invite you to conduct the interviews with the Director General and the Minister soon after the group photo has been done. Thank you once again. Have a blessed day. Thank you.